How's it going? So if you're watching this video, you were getting a bunch of unqualified leads from your meta ads, or you want to avoid getting unqualified leads, and you want to get more actually qualified leads with this trick that I'm about to show you. And this trick, actually, there's multiple tricks, but there's one trick that most marketers do keep a secret because it works so unbelievably well. So here's some recent wins from this. These are very recent. So one client, $47,000 closed, $900 in ad spend. Are you serious? $900, bro. Here are the results from this, from the ad campaign. This is all meta, by the way. I am hiding the titles of the campaigns and the ad sets because there are some sauce in there, and I'm gonna keep that for another video. Not now. You might even have to pay me for it. But either way, I'm gonna teach you as much as I can today. Another client, 50 prospects with 700 plus credit scores, high credit limits, no negatives, $1,200 in ad spend. Here's that over here. This one shows a little bit less because we are only sending data back to Facebook, and I'll cover this all in a little bit in the next few minutes. I'm only sending data back from ultra qualified leads. But as we reviewed in the closing process, the backend process with our automations and everything, they're actually more closer to 50, even actually probably 60 plus actually qualified leads that can take a part of the service. And as you can see right here, this is a special ad campaign because we are 100% compliant. You can be compliant and print results 100%. So basically what we're doing is we're quickly optimizing our processes for our ideal customer profiles. This is how we were able to get all of these results for little ad spend. And Facebook, through this, Facebook was able to quickly go after qualified buyers interested in our service. So let's go ahead and get into this, guys. So this is going to be very, very valuable video for most of you running ads. Okay, so is this you? So you're running lead campaigns, more than likely lead campaigns, and you're running either instant forms, any sort of funnel like VSL, application funnel, webinar, call funnel, any sort of funnel whatsoever that are bringing leads into your pipeline. DM ads work even well, or also, I don't really like DM ads, but some of you do. And even purchase campaigns. That's another video. I won't cover purchases right now. Maybe I will. I'll dive a little bit into it. But anyways, also, you're getting a large amount of leads that are not financially qualified. So they simply do not make enough money to be able to qualify for your service. You're selling a $5,000 service and you want people over, like, let's say maybe $100,000 a month. Oh, not a month, $100,000 a year household income, right? If you're finding a bunch of people have $60,000, $80,000 a year incomes household, they're not going to close. So you're just wasting your time. So we need to go going after people much higher income, and I'll show you how to do that more. All of this I will show you exactly, or tell you exactly why it matters, how it works, etc., and how to target them. Outside ideal customer profile. So let's say you're targeting entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurs from the age of like 18 to 24, right? Young entrepreneurs, hungry, and they want to get after it. But your ads are a little bit too professional. Maybe you're being a little bit too direct. And maybe you're targeting 30, 40-year-old boomers. Not boomers, that's relatively still young. But you know what I mean. Business owners, and they're not taking a part of your service because your offer does not align with something that's valuable to them, which an 18 to 24-year-old crowd might find valuable. If you're not aligning your messaging and your offer to your ideal customer profile, they're not going to close. People are not going to come into your pipeline qualified, and you're just going to be wasting your time again and your closers' times. Mental misalignment. So mental misalignment can be basically like mentality. Like I said, hungry entrepreneurs. If you're going after people who aren't hungry at all, and over time you're optimizing for people who have a poor mentality, same exact thing. You're going to have a very, very low close rate on these calls, if they even show up at all. And then low intent buyers, obviously we want to be going after people who have a high intent, who have shown high intent in the past to take a part of these high ticket services, or just in general want to buy something from these ads. So let's get into it. So here are the reasons why you're not getting qualified leads from your ads. This is extremely important. You need to listen up. All right. This is one of the biggest factors. Poor pixel data. What is a pixel? So pixel, if long story short, these advertising platforms give you a pixel. That's something you can install on your website. Basically, whenever somebody goes on your website, it gathers data. All right, it gathers data about the user, and then in turn, you're able to remarket to them. You're able to optimize over time on the converting data, on the data you want to be converting. And Facebook optimizes over the trillions of data points that they have about these users. They have a bunch of data points on you, a bunch of data points on me, your interests, my interests, and they optimize for this. All right, so for example, I'm going to give you two scenarios. I see this all the time, and this is why you are not closing at all, or people are not picking up the phone at all. Scenario one, you have an application form, right? Application form, person clicks the ad, goes to your website. They fill out a very, actually, no, I'm going to say it's an opt in page because a lot of you guys are running opt in pages and you're losing so much money. And that's why you guys suck. All right. You're running an opt in page, email, name, whatever. Dude, I literally saw this guy. He had an opt in page. He said, "Oh, dude, I'm getting a dollar per lead, man. Dollar per lead." Okay. All right, dude, how many have you closed? Nada. Zero. He was targeting the cheap leads who weren't closing. And guess who were the type of people that first went into his offer? The broke people. The broke, unserious people started optimizing his pixel. He had no restrictions, no guidelines for Facebook to even take into consideration. So over time, he was getting all these $1 leads, yet all of them were the lowest quality leads you could even imagine, bro. Ugh, it angers me. But scenario two, this is what we do for our clients, right? This is how you make money. It's how you make 100,000 K plus months. Okay. Scenario two, application form. We're going to do the same one. Actually, we don't even do opt-in forms. Application form. Come on the website, fill out an application. We use like a quiz form. We use like an AI quiz form that we make. We love it a lot, actually. It looks really good. Very user friendly. Um, but here's a trick. We need qualifying questions on this application form. Income qualification. Are you ready for an investment? Are you willing to invest in this? Let me see. Even credit scores. Credit scores, if you have a credit offer, there you go. What's your credit score? Do you have any negatives? What's your highest credit limit? Whatever it's got to be. That's the type of qualification that we do for the other clients that we work with. So what we do though is we add in a conditional logic within this application form that if they are or if they do meet our qualification uh, requirements, they go to a landing page, a different page. I name it like submitted one or something. Whatever it's got to be. You can name it whatever you want. You can name it, I don't care. But if they're unqualified, they get sent to submitted two. Here's the difference. The landing page, the initial landing page is pixeled, whatever. Submitted one is pixeled. Submitted two is not pixeled. We do not care about the submitted twos unless you have a downsell of some sorts, and you want to optimize for the downsells. I don't think you should. That's actually dumb. That's a horrible idea. Um, yeah, don't do that. But if you have a downsell offer, that's great. Whatever, because you are going to get some unqualified people into the funnel, regardless. You will. So you needed some sort of downsell to be able to take advantage of that and probably liquidate your offer. But the qualified people, we want to pixel that. So we make it to where all of the qualified people, all their data is getting sent back to Facebook so it can optimize for it. That is simply it. Think about it. The algorithm is so unbelievably smart. If you completely make it to where the unqualified people are, the pixel's not even seeing the light of day about their data, it will not optimize for it. So you're only optimizing for the people who will take a part of your service. And you can even go further down the funnel. I will talk about this in another video. You can go further down the funnel, optimize for people who actually engage with you via SMS, whatever it's got to be, a call. Manually, you can even have sales reps make it to where they can have, there's an automation you can do to send data back to Facebook whenever somebody does some sort of qualifying event that you guys, set up. That's your own thing. But long story short, unqualified people never see the light of day on your ad account. Perfect. And you can also do this with instant form via conditional logic. I highly encourage you to do this. But if you do use instant forms, conditional logic, people will lie 100%. But it's great for volume. You'll get a lot of volume, and you do need to have a very setter and closer heavy process, but it does work really well for some offers. Landing pages, conditional pages, I just covered that. So let's go into the next reason why your ads are not getting qualified leads. Lazy messaging. I see this all the time. It is one of the biggest things. First things first, your messaging sucks. Your ad copy sucks. Your creative sucks balls. Horrible. Like, you are doing the absolute least amount of work to make your ads actually great. All right. And messaging isn't even that hard, especially with AI tools these days. You can match your messaging and meet your ideal customer profile almost like that for free. Dude, it's ridiculous, yet none of you are actually doing it the right way. You have little research on your ICP. You have no idea what their pain points are. You have no idea the type of personas that they envision them, their goal desire being. So let's say, for example, I don't know. Let's say you're targeting women, right? And you have a fitness offer. If you want to find out the women you're targeting, who are the type of women that they're looking for? Where do they live? What do they look like? What does their lifestyle look like? That is the type of messaging you should be including within your ads, your creatives, your ad copy. Like I said, you have no knowledge on your desires. You're trying to solve, or you're not trying to solve any of their problems they're facing in your ad copy. Let me see. I'll change that real quick. Yeah, you're not solving anything about what they're doing, dude. So basically, like I said, you have lazy messaging. You don't put enough work or effort into finding out the type of customers you are trying to get. As simple as that. It's simple, but it's also one of the more complex aspects. But with AI nowadays, it's actually not that complex anymore. And the last but not least, I see this all the time, dude. All the time. It's very underrated aspect. You do not look the part. If you are a UGC creator or any creative whatsoever are inside your creatives and you guys do not look the part, you are nuking your ad accounts. You're nuking your wallet. You're basically robbing yourself because if you're selling a high ticket service to people and you must look like you can deliver that. If you are lending money and you're dressing in a tank top in a poorly lit room and you're talking extremely unprofessionally, not like somebody who would lend out thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, you are not going to get the right people to enter your funnel. It's as simple as that. I see it every single day. I work with a lot of people who lend money. You are not getting the leads that are going to convert or take you seriously because you do not take or look the part. As simple as that. It's the truth. It is what it is. You need to get your suit on, get a button up, get a collar, or not collar, get a tie to collar, whatever it's got to be. Do your hair, brush your teeth, everything, get some lighting, and look the part. Because at that point, people are like, oh, he looks professional. I'm going to go for him to lend money. Otherwise, you're going to have another competitor who is doing that. Take them from your pipeline. They're never going to convert with you. Simple as that. If you're selling solar, act like a homeowner. People want to know why other homeowners are taking action. I guess you were kind of understanding what I'm saying, hopefully. You must look like slash act like the person they expect to be able to deliver a quality service. Now, this is niche dependent and also target avatar dependent because if you're in a niche that can get away with any sort of just like unprofessional, and when I say unprofessional, I'm talking like, you can get away with poor quality, poor production, whatever it's got to be. As long as the messaging is going across, you're fine. But you need to take into account, like, okay, if there is a massive section of the market that is only going to take advantage of a service like this, if I look professional, you need to do it. You need to take that hit. You can even have it to where you can have two campaigns. One campaign with all these ads set, you look all unprofessional, poor quality production. Then you have another campaign where you're actually looking good, professional, great quality production, lights, mic, everything. See the difference. You might get more leads on the unprofessional one because they're easier. You can pump out more creatives. But the one on the right side, you were going to get more qualified, more ready to buy people because at that point, people are going to be like, oh, I need to take a part of the service. At the other point, they're just curious. And the reason I say this is because I see it in my own ad accounts. I do. I tell all my guys I work with, you need to be dressing in suits, dressing nice, talking like a normal human being, and be direct. Now, there are some offers, like I said, you don't need this. But for the offers I work for, typically, you do need this. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I want to do more of these types of videos. I'm all about marketing psychology, marketing in general. If you guys also want to learn more on how to set up your pixel, actually get all these qualified leads, go to the link down below, set up a call with me. I do help other business owners be able to do this. Not only that, but use things like AI to be able to market for them. What used to take 5-6 hours now takes less than an hour to launch multiple campaigns that are effective. You know what I mean? AI is going to be the biggest thing in the world pretty soon. And if you're not taking advantage of it to grow your business with something like marketing or any sort of process, rather, or back end systems, which we do, you're going to lose. Give it a year, you're going to lose. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.